Hello everyone, how are you guys doing today? I hope everyone is doing well and that you are ready for another monthly lottery reading. For those of you who are new to this concept, I have the names of all of my patrons here who have pledged either $2, $4, $9, or $15 on my website. So the entry to the lottery is basically at $2, which you can do it on Patreon or you can do it over my website, whichever you like more. And then I have these monthly lottery draws where we pick one person randomly out of this bowl and they are going to receive a reading. So I'm very excited. I hope you are too. It's always so much anticipation. It's such an interesting, exciting event each and every time. I've been doing these lottery readings for a while and it doesn't get boring. So I hope that you guys are also enjoying it. And we have a jumping name. So we're going to look at it in a second. By the way, so if you're interested in entering the next lottery, I recommend that you check out the description box. Okay, and the winner of the reading is Gina. Congratulations, Gina. Let's get to your reading. So, Gina and everybody else, welcome to this freestyle reading. I'm going to shuffle the cards a little bit, and then we are going to see what the reading of today should be about. So we're just going to allow the cards to show whatever needs to be shown, whatever needs to be talked about today. And we're gonna take it from there. So, gonna do a bit of shuffling just to cleanse the energy of the cards, just to refresh, to reignite the intuitive power of the cards. Okay, now I'm going to fan the cards, and like I said, we are going to get started by establishing the topic of today's reading, what you need to hear about. And Gina, if you have a specific topic, a question, or some sort of a problem on your mind recently, I invite you to keep that problem within the center of your consciousness right now, so that the reading can connect with that problem. The freestyle reading is for those who don't want to receive a reading that is too controlled or too limited. It's the perfect choice for people who don't know what to ask exactly. But it's also great for those who have a very specific question that doesn't fit anywhere else. So I really like this reading type. Okay. So this card right here represents the topic of today's reading. And we have the Knight of Swords. First and foremost, the Knight of Swords is about speed. Swords represent the air element, the intellectual realm, the velocity of thoughts, of new ideas being born. The air element is the fuel of innovation, but also arguments, contradictions, paradoxes, all those things that make the mind great, and all those things that are capable of hindering the mind. They all belong to the air element, to the sword suit. The knights, they represent a sort of somewhat flaky, somewhat unreliable energy, in that it's the in-betweenness that is represented in the knight. The in-betweenness of lack of experience versus desire for accountability, desire for power. So pages represent the beginner stage. Kings and queens are experts. The knight is in between. The knight is always this awkward, sort of frustrated energy of wanting to be better, but being held back. So the Knight of Swords is especially interesting because the Knight of Swords wants to get there first. And there's competitiveness to this card. There's a level of arrogance in the Knight of Swords. But I think the central question here is, what does it take to make a good decision quickly? What does it take to be there first? To beat the competition and to get there first. And I'm wondering if this has to do with your previous question. I'm not going to reveal what the question was, specifically since you asked it to me privately in a private reading, but I am wondering if there is a connection there. So let's see. So the Knight of Swords, as the topic, is the importance of speed and making fast decisions and beating the competition. So let's see what your relation to this topic is. So we're gauging your energy now. Okay. And I want to draw a card that is going to let us know about the healthy way forward. So what is the best, most integrative way to move forward here? Okay. So if necessary, we're going to draw some more cards, but let us now start with these ones. Okay. Your relation, your attitude is that of the Page of Pentacles. So this is a page, so the dominant attitude is that of wanting to learn and wanting to utilize. Pages in general are students, and the pentacle suit represents the earthy realm. So this is to do with pragmatic knowledge, things that have practical use on your path. And while the pressing question is how can you get there first, what you're really focusing on is what is the course of action that is going to benefit me, that is going to be constructive to me. So that's great. And the healthy way forward is the Emperor. Great. Okay. So there's a question of beating the competition, being better than anybody else, being faster, being wittier, more resourceful than other people. And that comes with a level of egocentricity, a little bit of arrogance that does not sit well with you, that seems counterintuitive to you. So you're realizing, and very rightfully so, that there are no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts here. And you cannot be faster than you are. You cannot be more resourceful than you are. You cannot possibly take an easier, less exhausting or less energy costing way forward. With the Knight of Swords, there's always a sense of wanting to bend the rules and wanting to get to the heart of the matter in a really quick way. So it's always time sensitive. There's always this urgency with the Knight of Swords that wants to figure things out now. There's impatience with the Knight of Swords. And so your attitude, the way you're looking at this, the way you're processing this, the Page of Pentacles is a wonderful card of humility, of wanting to absorb and understand and take things in and to feed yourself in a meaningful way instead of wanting to find a quick and easy fix. So with the Knight of Swords, the temptation is to get around things and solve them in an alternative, less conventional way. The Knight of Swords is a rebel. But the Page of Pentacles within you is saying, hang on a minute, I don't know enough about this to be able to do that. I don't have the resources to be able to pull something like that off. I first need to build myself. I first need to focus on my growth, and then perhaps. So you're slowing yourself down on purpose, and that's a good thing. So as I started in the beginning, this is about speed. And the essential question here is whether you should try and speed things up. The answer is no. Take your time. The Emperor, as the healthy way forward, is the quintessential card of discipline, self-discipline, and rules, and order, and conventions and tradition. So it is, in a sense, the exact opposite, the contrapoint to the Knight of Swords, who is an innovator. The Knight of Swords thinks outside the box and is looking for alternative solutions constantly. So there's this dissatisfaction with the status quo, and the efforts, sometimes aggressive efforts to change the status quo. But your best bet is going by the book, following the instructions that were given to you, being humble and accepting that your situation takes time. The Emperor is slowing things down just as well as the Page of Pentacles. And since this is the healthy way forward, this is what the cards are advising that you do. That you go back to basics. That you respect your own limitations and the limitations of the game and the limitations of others. The Emperor is an extremely controlled and strict and accountable figure. So accountability is more important than results per se. So let me just pull one last card to see what the advice of today is. So this is the general outline of the situation, but let's see if the cards can give you some advice for today when you're watching this video. If you're watching it at night, then this is advice for tomorrow. I like to break it down into small steps sometimes because that helps, I think. So let's see what this card says about today. And we have the Magician. Okay. So just because you're slowing down, just because you're choosing the conventional or the orthodox way, the traditional way of the Emperor, just because you're choosing a path that requires more patience, doesn't mean that you're not a miracle worker. The Magician is asking you to trust your luck a little bit. Hard work and copious amounts of effort is not something that is avoidable. You cannot forego this, obviously. This is what you've intuitively been feeling, and this is what is showing up in the Emperor card. But there's an element of magic to what you're doing, and you can invite that luck, that ingenuity of luck, that energy of ingenuity. I really struggled with that word, sorry. So the Magician is asking you to respect yourself as a creative force in this process, while at the same time maintaining the paradigm that there are no easy solutions. The already existing solutions or the already existing pathways that you are traveling now, the traditional pathways, they can be enhanced by a little bit of magic, by a little bit of extra effort or imagination, creativity. So the magician is inviting you today to bring a little bit of that energy into your process. So this could mean, developing a specific, a personalized routine of some sort that has an element of ritual to it, or some manifestation practice, something to ignite that power of the magician within you to help you travel faster, instead of looking for the easy solution, that quote unquote easy solution that the Knight of Swords is proposing. So Gina, I hope that you enjoy this reading, and everybody else who decided to watch with us, thank you for participating, and I hope to see you in another reading.